Hey everyone, you're listening to the Purple Chair Podcast. My name is Laura Labuda, and I'm your scissor wizard, color alchemist, lover of all things purple, because I can't remember what it is that I said last time. So here I am, hanging out with my favorite human on planet Earth. I call him Mr. Ashley. You guys call him Huey. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I've been trying to get you to do this for 175 years.
No problem.
Welcome! So, we work together, we live together, we vacation together, and now we're podcasting together.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of together. So, I want to know, when did you start barbering?
Was it 2018, I think? 2018, I started, and I did an apprenticeship for what seemed like a lifetime, like 4 years. It's only supposed to take a year. But just been doing it ever since, about 6 years, I guess.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
How did you get into it?
Oh, God.
I talked you into it.
you did it. I was in a motorcycle accident several years ago and couldn't go back to doing what I was doing before. And while I was in recovery, you were like, why don't you just let me teach you to cut some hair? And here we are.
Yeah. Do you remember going to the hair show in Atlanta? Or where was that? Orlando. Yes. I was like, we're going to this thing in Orlando. It's like 5 days. I don't know. How long was it? 3 days? It was a long time.
I don't remember.
And you had a really cool opportunity to get your hair cut on stage.
Oh, yeah. I got my hair cut by Lean from Ruzel, which was very awesome. I got to hang out with him backstage. Met a lot of really cool people. Rob, Lean, Curtis, rest in peace. And just got to hang out with the guys, and I use all of their products. It's the only product line I carry. And it was really, really cool to just hang out with those guys, and I got to help set up all their stuff for the show. And then I was actually the last person that Lean cut during their show. He did 4 haircuts in 40 minutes, which is very impressive.
Yeah, your haircut was like a 4-minute. What was the haircut?
4-minute flat top.
4-minute flat top. That was a badass haircut. And it lasted forever.
In 4 minutes. It was very impressive.
That was cool. That seems like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
It was a really long time ago.
So that's like what sparked the interest. And then we didn't work together for a long time. I didn't think we were going to be able to work together. I was like, oh God, like we do the same things. It's really cool. Like, but you get your place to go and I get my place to go. And then the world went to shit and it shut down and we were at home for 8 weeks together.
Yeah. Doing the same job's really cool until they close down the job that both of you do.
I know. We got to spend 8 weeks together. I was a mess. Ashley was not. I was like, I have to do things. 8 weeks. Oh my God. I was the crazy person. I couldn't stand it. I had anxiety through the roof. And I'm like, oh my God, we're going to lose everything. And if I could go back and tell myself one thing, then it's that you can take an 8-week vacation and life is still going to go well. But I think through that, we realized that we could work together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
What is it like working with your wife?
Nothing to it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah. I know a lot.
Just go to work.
We don't ride together.
We don't ride together. So we have a little bit of alone time in the car. We don't work in the same room. So I have my space and you have yours. So it's not really a big deal. It's not like we're in each other's face all day.
Your face is cute, though.
But then you have things that you like to do, and I have things that I like to do. So
yeah, what are those things that you like to do?
I am one of the original members of Soda City Wheels, a PEV, personal electric vehicle club here in Columbia, South Carolina. We ride ØneWheels and electric unicycles, scooters, electric dirt bikes, anything electric. We're all over the place all the time. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a good way to get out and see things and, just buzz around town with the guys, and it's a lot of fun. We really enjoy it.
Do you ever ride your one wheel to work?
I have not ridden my one wheel to work. I haven't ridden my EUC to work. I've ridden it home from work.
I forgot about that.
Rode to work with you with my EUC in the back of your car. And then when I got done for the day, I rode it all the way home. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah? Was it scary?
I went to the airport too.
Where's the coolest place you've ever been on your... Do you prefer your one wheel or your EUC?
EUC.
Yeah?
EUC for range and speed. You can go a lot further and get a lot more places on an EUC. Mm-hmm. My favorite place that I've ever ridden it was probably in Washington, D.C.
Yeah?
We went to D.C. for an event called The Groundings. They do it twice a year, one at the beginning of the summer, one at the end of the summer. The one at the beginning of the summer is in Chicago, and the one at the end of the summer is in Washington, D.C. And we had 17 guys and girls go up, and spent 3 days there just touring the Capitol. It was really, really cool. There was about 250 riders there, so it was a big event.
You visited the place where they make the pennies.
Yeah. We got kicked out of the Lincoln Memorial.
I wouldn't call that a visit. I think getting kicked out is a little bit bigger than a visit.
We went, and
yeah.
Everything was fine until it wasn't.
I mean, I'm sure it's a sight to see all these, like, I don't know. I know when my customers see you around town riding or see one of your other guys around town, they always think it's you. But it's really crazy to see all of you cruising around.
Yeah.
And you go to Charlotte and do it.
Go to Charlotte almost every weekend and ride. It's there's a very big group up there. The electric vehicle community up there is unbelievable. There's so many people. And shout out to my friends at ØneWheels Charlotte.
Yeah.
Andy and Nick Wolf. Those guys keep everybody going. They always get the new stuff and the good stuff, and Nick is a unbelievable mechanic and does really good at getting everybody going again.
That's cool. That's super cool. I know that you go and do that when I go dance. So, like, we don't ever do, like, you have your world and I have my world, and then we have a world together, and then, those kinds of things. So, wow. Yeah. We were supposed to go on an adventure up to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving. And, so people, like, I had some customers ask me, like, do we work well together? And, when I get stressed, you stay grounded. And when you're like, I don't know what's going on, I'm like, all right, well, let's do it this way or something. But when we didn't get to go to Pennsylvania because we had a pipe exploderize.
Plumbing issues.
So we didn't get to go. And, we spent all of that time working on the house together. So
to do plumbing for 4 days instead.
It's cool.
Not really.
It's cool.
Not really.
No, not really. Hey, now. So back to hair cutting. You specialize in a very specific style of hair cutting, or what is your preference? What do you like to do?
I feel like I specialize in short, classic men's haircuts. Straight razor shaves, beard trims, things like that. I don't really do a whole lot with long hair, just because I wasn't really trained to cut long hair. I'm more of a remove hair than keep it. just take it all off. But yeah, short classic men's haircuts, straight razor shaves, beard trims, things like that.
Do you have a favorite service that you like to do?
I really enjoy doing straight razor shaves, but I don't get to do them quite as often as I would normally like to do. It's just something that not a lot of people do anymore. It's more like it's really popular for like wedding parties or things like that. People come in and, they'll bring 3 or 4 guys with them and want to get a haircut and a shave. Just everybody's clean cut and looking good for weddings. But every once in a while I get a couple college students that want to come in and try it out. And, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be something that's really that sought after. I guess everybody can just kind of shave real fast at home and that's that. But,
it's really nice to have someone else do it, do the hair color, do the nails, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So that's the biggest difference between what you can do and what I can do. Like I can't use a straight razor.
I cannot use color. I can do no chemical services. I'm not trained in chemical services. Yeah, I think that's really the only difference is I can use no chemicals and you cannot use a straight razor.
You can't work at a salon, but I can work at a barber shop. So that was a debacle. Correct. When we started together. We weren't really sure exactly on the law about that because there's it's in the works actually here last time I checked to change it.
South Carolina has some screwed up laws for barbers and cosmetologists.
It's very strange. It's very like the cosmetologists are female and the barbers are usually male, but that's not the case anymore.
No, not at all.
No, I know so many female barbers.
So many female barbers. They're
all really badass too.
They do good work.
Yeah. Super cool. So when we moved, was it when we moved here to this location that we finally switched it around because we couldn't find we looked for the rules and the regs and then one day we're just like, forget it. We're just going to wait until the inspector shows up and
handle it done.
And ask the question when somebody shows up. And we got the question answered and now we're a barbershop. So it's actually the Purple Chair Barbershop. And I can work here.
Yeah.
Super cool. So when you say straight razor shaves, are you talking about face or head or both?
Anything.
Or legs?
No. In the state of South Carolina, I'm not allowed to cut any hair below the neck. So, no, I can't do legs.
Sweeney Todd. I had to bring it up.
The rules is the rules.
So you have a really interesting hairdo, sir.
I have dreadlocks.
Yeah? Tell me about it.
They are synthetic wool dreadlocks that are braided into my hair. I can just take them right out if I want to.
Temporary.
They're
commitment.
Very temporary.
Yeah. And they're extra special because who made them?
I made them.
Yeah. You made them? I'll put them in.
I made all of them. Yeah. And Laura put them in for me.
That's cool. I have a few. It's our next adventure together.
Sweet.
I know, matching hair. I'm purple, he's green. Yeah, so we have like a cohesive togetherness, but we have a very different aesthetic in our rooms too. Like, we talked earlier that we should have set up in his room so that you could see what it looks like, but we're here in mine, and mine's very like purple, of course, and some gold, but it's very like zen and relaxing. It's so funny because I always laugh because when I'm over here doing energy work, like, and we're over here like really in the moment and like, and you're over there like, let's drink a beer and have some whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's your room like?
Everybody thinks it's a tattoo studio.
Yeah.
That's pretty much exactly what they think. Everybody sees the artwork, which almost all of the artwork in there is done by friends of mine who are tattoo artists. Mm-hmm. So I put their stuff up framed just to kind of show off their work. These guys do really good artwork, not just tattoos. And they're good friends of mine. So, of course, I want to support them and send them as many clients as possible. Keep them in business. Keeps me in business, you know. So, I don't know. It's just a different theme. It's it's not quite as chill as it is over here. It's a little bit more, rock and roll and I don't know. It's just a private barber shop. I have a lot of clients that really like the fact that there's not 5 other people in the room. You know, they can come in and say anything they want. There's nobody else in there. It's just the 2 of us, and I feel like it works really well for what I do.
Mm-hmm. Was that the hardest thing, going from like working in a busy barbershop to like just you?
Oh, the first couple months it was miserable. It was awful.
It's not because of me.
No, had nothing to do with you. It was the being alone part. I came from another barbershop that was close by, and I worked with 4, sometimes 5 other barbers in a very small room. Chairs pretty tight, and there's always people to cut up and joke around and talk to, and then whenever I came here and tried the private barbering thing, it was a big change, because if there's not a client in there, you're sitting in a room by yourself, you know? I mean, it's very strange. There's no one to really talk to, or, if you have an issue, you kind of just have to work it out yourself. You can't say, hey, can you take a look at this real quick for me, or anything. So it was different. Now I don't want to be in a full barber shop if I can help it. Mm-hmm. I really like the fact that it's one-on-one, it's private. I can take my time, make sure that your hair's right, your beard's lined up good, make sure that everything's done properly. And, like I said, there's no interruptions, there's no distractions, there's nobody, oh, hey, what'd you do? Yeah, just chatter between clients and stuff that kind of pull you off of the haircut. So I don't know, I really, really like the private barbering side of things. Mm-hmm. It's very nice.
Do you get walk-ins, or do you like
every once in a while? I'm mostly appointment only. At least I try to be. I'm always welcome to take walk-ins. I don't have a problem with it. I do much prefer to kind of know what my day is going to look like before. I don't like just sitting around wondering if someone might show up. It's not really a good way to do it, if you ask me. But yeah, I do take walk-ins, but it just doesn't happen very often. Most of you know that our shop is in a place that most people would not think there's a barber shop in the back.
Yeah, we have a really unique location.
It's very hidden. It's very private. There's not really
Yeah, what do your customers think about our location here? Because it's so not anything that I've ever seen, experienced, heard of. We're in the back of a metaphysical shop, so you have to walk through the sage and incense and crystals and all the woo and amazing things that are out there.
Some of my clients, when they come in, they seem a little bit confused. They walk in the door and they're like, oh, I'm in the wrong place. And they're, completely thrown off by it. But for the most part, I think everybody, once they've been in once, they know where the shop is. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really faze them. They, I have lots of clients that didn't know that Belladonna's was here, and they come and get their hair cut, and then they go out and they shop around and get a couple things, buy incense or candles or whatever they, whatever they need. And I think it helps our business and it helps Jen's business. So, it is, it's a little strange whenever they first show up.
Yeah.
But
we don't even have a sign outside. We don't have a sign outside because I just believe that
private barber shop.
Yes, the right people show up.
Private
at the right time, right? So there's like I have always trusted that the right people are coming at the right time, and it's never failed me. And it started with I didn't have money to invest in a sign when I first opened the purple chair, so I was like, well. But then I realized that you don't need that when you have your community and your people, and then they find their people, and then they bring their people, and
yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I like the fact that it's private. I could probably be a little busier if we advertised more, like from the street, maybe have a few more walk-ins, but
we're the only barbershop within Was it 5 miles?
Something like
It's
that.
like, yeah,
since we moved here from our last location on St. Andrews Road, I've gotten much busier. A lot more clients, a lot of people in this area just don't want to go to your average chain barbershop. I won't say any names.
Chop.
Yeah, but everybody knows.
Yeah. The big two.
So a lot of places, I mean, a lot of people, excuse me, they really like that this isn't like a chain. This is just a guy from the area
Literally.
offering service right here. I mean, yeah, I'm born and raised right here. Been here for 37 years. I mean, and
your family's been here for eons and
forever.
So we're located on 378 in Columbia, South Carolina, and we're like 6 feet away from a hospital. Not really, but it's close.
2 miles.
Yeah, 2 miles up from the hospital, which I think is really fascinating because some of my favorite customers of yours that come in here are the brand new dads that their wife just had a baby, and they're like, I need to get away, and I'm going to go get a haircut.
I need to get out of the hospital, and someone told me they were going to take pictures later, so I better get a haircut. Yeah. So they shoot right down from the hospital and pop in, get a haircut, and everybody's happy.
But a really fascinating fact about the hospital. Tell me the fascinating fact about the hospital.
All of the land that Lexington Hospital is built on was apparently donated by my family. And the neighborhood behind the hospital is actually called Huylon Green, which Huylon is my last name. I was unaware of that until only a few years ago. But if you go down to where the cafeteria is in the hospital, the deed to the land is there, and it is signed by one of my distant family members.
That's cool.
And so it's pretty interesting. It's very, very cool.
And now you're working here right down from the hospital.
Now I work
basically probably on the property that was probably attached to it. I think that's really cool because I've done nothing but move around my whole life.
No moving for me.
No, you're keeping me stationary. I appreciate it.
Stay here forever.
I just move my shit around in my room now. It's nice not to have to pack up and move. Yeah, so your last name is Huylon, and my last name is Labuda.
Yes, it is.
Except for when we got the roof done and they called you Mr. Labuda, and it made my heart really happy.
Okay.
So we ran off to Las Vegas and got married.
Yes, we did. By Elvis.
By Elvis. You want to tell that story?
No.
You're trapped now. You have to.
No.
Yeah. It's my favorite story. It was the day that we woke up and didn't know we were getting married that day.
We went to Las Vegas with some friends. And they had the bright idea to go to the Grand Canyon on the first day that we got there.
Oh, my God.
So we drove 4 hours into the desert.
Okay, wait. Pause. I have driven across that desert 1,000 times, and there's nothing there, and it makes for a long drive. Okay. Resume.
We drove 4 hours into the middle of nowhere because we were going to go look at a hole in the ground because we're stupid.
Nah.
So we went, and then whenever we got to where we thought we were at the Grand Canyon, they told us that it was going to be $100 per person. They were going to put us on a bus. They were going to drive us another 2 hours into the desert to go look at a hole in the ground. And I decided,
so bad.
You can kiss my ass. I'm not doing any of that.
We're just going to hang out here.
So I told my friends they could go ahead and go if they wanted. If they needed to go see it, I'll hang out around here until they get back. They then decided that they didn't want to do it, so we turned around and drove 4 hours back through the desert to Las Vegas. Once again, because we're stupid. And so once we got back and everyone was mad at each other and not talking, and
we were texting in the car.
We decided we were going to
ditch him.
Go
see you later, bye.
Somewhere else, anywhere else. And so we went.
We had an Uber driver that was deaf.
That we did. Which I'm pretty convinced that she wasn't deaf. She just didn't want to talk.
Yeah, I think so.
It's one of those tricks that they do.
I fell for it.
Yeah. When you say ridiculous shit in the back seat, and you're like, I got you. Yeah, you can hear everything.
You save me from myself all the time.
So,
Thank you.
I'd never been to the western part of the country. And so Vegas was the first time I'd ever been out that far. And I've been hearing about In-N-Out Burger since I was a little kid. And I was very determined to find out if it was as good as they say it is.
In-N-Out Burger?
And,
or In-N-Out's what a burger's all about.
So...
That's their slogan.
Everyone else that was with us couldn't have cared less about a cheeseburger. They wanted to go stare at a hole in the ground.
Double animal style.
So, we decided we were going to ditch them after our Grand Canyon tour that never happened and go to In-N-Out. And while we were there, we decided that we would go get married. So we went and got a marriage license. And
it took 5 minutes.
And then we went to In-N-Out. And while we were sitting there eating at 11:30 at night, we were trying to find a place that would marry us right then and there. That evening.
Would you think it's Vegas? It would be like super easy because you just walk in somewhere because you see it on the movies. It is
not at all.
Not at all that way.
Not at all. It's super easy to get a license. Not super easy to get married. So we found this little place, and they were going to close in 10 minutes, and we said, we're 5 minutes away. Please don't close. We go in.
We just ran outside and grabbed an Uber driver.
There was an Uber in the parking lot, and I was, hey, man, can you take us here? You know? And so he takes us over there, drops us off. We go inside, and this nice young lady's like, okay, well, we can do this and this, and she's got this page up with all these different packages, and it's like $300 and $500 and $800, and Elvis will sing to you, and we take all these pictures, and this happens, and I said, look, I don't want any of that shit. I want you to sign this paper so that it says we're married, and then I want to go back to the strip to go hang out with my friends. I don't want a ceremony. It's just the two of us. We don't even have a witness. So she slides her paper back under the desk and is like, desk ceremony is $50, bud. And I was like, there you go.
That's it.
$50 here. Well, Elvis, the guy that was going to marry us, was standing around a corner and heard all of this and was like, man, this is awesome, man. You guys look so cool. You know, you got all your tattoos and all this, that, blah, blah, blah. He said, I tell you what, we'll do the desk ceremony, but come on into chapel and I'll marry you real quick. And so he took us in. He called her the wrong name.
Oh, he looked at us. He goes, you do know this is legal in all 50 states. And we're like,
yeah, I think he thought we just met each other on the sidewalk or something. So he was like, you know, this is legit. Like, this isn't like a game. Like, you're really going to be married after this. And I was like, yeah,
sounds good.
We got it, bud. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, sounds good.
So he marries us. He calls her the wrong name. We laugh, whatever. No rings, no nothing.
None of it.
Wearing street clothes. Just, like I said, this wasn't planned.
We were going to take a selfie.
We were just going to bang it out and not be done, you know? And so... So he marries us. We didn't take a picture with him. We didn't do anything.
We got to talk about tattoos.
He starts talking about tattoos, and he says, yeah, I get all my tattoo work done across the street. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. You know, now that we're done with this, we might pop over there and see about getting a tattoo. So we go across the street.
It's like 1:30 in the morning.
1 o'clock in the morning, probably. And there is a head shop across the street. Real creepy looking spot.
The lights were dim.
And in the back, there is a 400-pound man tattooing like somebody's armpit or something.
It was so weird.
Real strange. And I was like, this is the tattoo shop, huh? Just looks like a head shop to me with a guy tattooing in the corner. This is not good. So thanks, but no thanks. We're going to get out of here. So we turn and we walk out, and turns out we were in the wrong place. There's a tattoo shop next to it. It didn't, I mean, it kind of looked like a tattoo shop.
As
not
seen
really.
on TV.
It said as seen on TV. I was very confused. It turns out it was a Clean Rock One's tattoo shop in Vegas. It's called Golden Skull Tattoo. Clean Rock one was not there. He's the winner of Ink Masters. So pretty big. That's where
there was no one in
on
it.
TV is.
Yeah,
So,
there was no one in there.
So there's two people in there. One guy was fixing to leave. The other guy's just playing on his phone. And, we walked in and told him, yeah, man, we just wanted to check it out. We just got married across the street. And he said, man, you guys, I tell you what, since you just got married, pick any two off of the flash sheet up there, and I'll tattoo both of you 2 for 1. I'll like a wedding gift. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. So we both got tattoos in Vegas.
Show it off.
Right after I got taking care of business in a flash.
I got the 3-sided die with 333 on it in my lipstick color that I had on.
So we got married, and then 2:00 in the morning, we finally made it back to Fremont Street where all of our friends were gambling and
they were
drunk as hell and having the time of their lives. And they're like, man, where the hell have you guys been? And we're like, we ran off and got married and went and got tattooed. And boy, oh boy, did they have the look on their face. Like,
they were more pissed about the tattoo.
We missed out. And then Kyle spent the next 2 days trying to find a place that would tattoo him to no avail. So it was very entertaining.
We didn't have a wedding picture, remember?
Oh, yeah. So
there's a wrap-up of the story.
They wanted to go to the Vegas sign, which, of course, I've never been out there. What do I know? So they wanted to go in, like, the middle of the afternoon, which is the worst time to go.
On a Saturday.
There's 400 people in line to take a picture. I just walked up beside the line, took a picture. I don't need, to stand in front of it. I got a picture of it. It's fine. So since we did not get a picture with Elvis that married us, we took a picture with Bum Elvis.
We wore the same clothes, and we posed with janky bum
Hobo Elvis.
He smelled weird, and I was like, don't touch me. And in the picture, his hands are like this. And we are like this. So that's our wedding picture.
We have a Bum Elvis wedding photo. Everyone loves it. Except for my grandma.
I noticed it wasn't up at her house on Thanksgiving.
Yes, it was.
I didn't see it. I was looking for it.
So,
yeah. That was fun.
Go get married in Vegas. It's fun.
Yes. Plan it out first.
Don't plan anything out. That's a waste of time. Shit doesn't go that way anyway, so just do whatever you want.
Yeah. He did say sunshine all the time makes a desert, which really stuck with me. So things can't always be awesome all the time, but they kind of are. So I'm so grateful that you hung out with me on this podcast today.
No problem.
How can everyone find you and your website and make an appointment with you? All the details.
My website is HueytheBarber.com. Super easy. You can book appointments there. It also has links to my Instagram account, Huey the Barber, or at Huey the Barber on Instagram. What else?
My website is thepurplechairsalon.com if you want to come hang out on this side of the wall with me. And, yeah. Oh, I'm the .healing hairstylist on Instagram. And, yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Anytime.
And if you love this, because I always forget to ask, will you give me a thumbs up or a subscribe, a like, or some kind of share or some kind of comment of some sort? I just do this for fun. And
tell Laura
it's
how
fun.
great she is.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening, and go out there and be awesome.
Yay!
Bye.
Woo!